Oh, okay, cool.
$1 for the whole week. But I didn't want to just cook crap. I didn't want to just live off ramen and hot dogs. People are like, oh, I've done it before. I eat hot dogs and white bread. No, fuck, I wanted to eat like some of the best food I've ever made in my entire life, so I can show you guys how to blow people's freaking minds. They're like, yeah, this is gonna cost me $1. Can you believe it? It cost me $1. And that is exactly what I did. So I went to the market. I really planned everything out. I went for the first time and I kind of looked to see what the possibilities. Everything in a spreadsheet. Can you believe it? I went to the spreadsheet. I haven't done that since I was a wee boy. And a wee. And then I handed it out again. I'm a little too fussed. So I went to the market, got everything I could get, and then I just started cooking. I had no idea what to expect, but it was one of the best challenges I've ever done in my entire life.
Ooh. Should I? No, that's the race. Damn it. Should I do some jump scares?
Huh?
Should I do some jump scares?
Can you?
Uh, there's an add-on for the Wraith. Renders the wailing bell completely silent.
Oh, give it a shot. Let me see if you can match up against me.
No,
That'd be
ain't gonna
funny.
work.
We similar ranks, aren't we?
Yeah, but remember, we tried that with them.
Yeah, but we
And
weren't
Red Up.
similar ranks.
Hmm. But I'm 17 as a killer.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
And how you playing and you watching the stream?
Excuse you?
How were you playing and watching the stream?
Because I got it like that? Nigga, what the fuck is he talking about right now? What are you saying? What is this nonsense you speak? You not realize I have a computer? Nah, I can't even watch the rest of it. I only have 5 minutes left. I'll watch it later. Cause I'm not gonna give it the attention it deserves. And his shit, you gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to his jokes. Cause he does a lot of feeding from one joke to the next joke, and like stuff he said in the last joke kind of pertains to some of the stuff he's talking about. You just gotta listen. If you don't listen, you're gonna be sitting there like, what the fuck? No, I don't use the hillbilly, so this can go away. Bye bye. Who's Adam Francis? Is that the black guy?
Hmm.
Who the fuck is Adam Francis? Didn't mean to hit survive with your friends. But let me check and see who Adam Francis is.
I was about to say something, but I forgot I'm streaming. Literally caught myself. I was like, what happened?
Why is this shit? Dude, what the fuck is going on with my controller? This shit is still relatively fucking new. Like, I don't want to be seeing no weird shit from this controller.
Yeah, I just switched out my other one because I kept spinning around in circles and wasn't even moving the character.
Yeah, like this shit is like leading upwards, which happened on a previous controller, but oh, hold on, let me see something. Yeah, this is the only controller connected to this shit. This shit better stop acting up. I just missed the deadline for buying new controllers and shit. Like, I ain't trying to buy another new one. I currently have like 3 controllers in my house, and I can only use 2 of them. The fuck is going on? This shit gonna get me killed. What was you gonna say?
Nigga, I'm not saying it now.
What was it pertaining to?
Me and a person.
Okay, never mind. A good friend person?
Yeah,
Or
it's nothing bad. What you saying damn it for?
because I'm interested. That's why.
I'll tell you what, so I'm done streaming.
All right. Or you can send it in a text, nigga.
Nigga, I'm a
Yeah,
killer. I
text.
can't text you while I'm going after
You
people.
suck. Multitask, bitch.
See, you working with them other ones, try to get them to escape. Like, yeah, text me while you the killer. Let them get the generators and escape while you
Just
send a
be
message.
better.
Nah,
Be
I'm good.
better.
You can wait.
Let them get all the generators and just have fucking nowhere or play like everybody else play.
Oh, I'm gonna do that during this stream. I just don't. I didn't
That's
have no it with
ridiculous.
him. Oh, they
That's
gotta feel it.
ridiculous.
Just how we go through it, they finna go through it too. Right now,
You
we
don't
finna see if we
you
get
don't
some jump scares.
be a part
Oh,
of
I
the
see
problem. Be a
somebody.
part of the solution.
I see you.
Oh, and just that simple, I got disconnected. This is why I don't play this game.
Oh,
I
I
don't want to
missed.
play God of War, cause the shit is making me frustrated. You can only die so many times in that game before you uppercut something, and I did not want to break my computer.
You know how many controllers I messed up in God of War?
And listen,
It brings out the anger in you.
that shit, I died like 6 times trying to do just one of the more simpler things. And like, it just kept getting worse and worse. What the fuck is going on? God damn it. I just needed to take a little bit of a break. I might go back to it later. I don't know. I just know that I didn't want to be angry.
I am down to play after I eat.
I cannot believe
am
I paid
starving.
money to be frustrated again.
Yo, this headphone is talking to me. I couldn't hear it.
Huh?
These new headphones. It was telling me the message somebody sent, but couldn't hear them clearly.
What neat?
Well, I know it wasn't
Seriously,
you.
I'm still waiting? Yo, being ranked 9 sucks.
Oh god, I grabbed the generator.
Jump scares.
If only I could see their reactions. Oh hey there.
Well, hello there. Oh, hi there. Well, tally ho. Away with you. Why am I still waiting? I don't know why, but Shenmue 2 downloaded on my fucking thing today. And I'm like, why?
Download on
I
what?
thought I brought that months ago. I
Fix
thought
your
that was really
headphones down.
strange.
Oh, that was Luster.
Yo, I know if a game don't start in the next fucking minute, I'm gonna be done with this shit. I know that much.
Yes.
I don't want to
Yes.
play it that bad.
Oh, you saw me coming that time.
I'd much rather fucking let my damn I forgot what I was gonna say. Let my rank go down so I can actually get games. You streaming on YouTube?
Yeah.
He's streaming on
I
the
said I
boob
am
tube,
going to
boys
play
and
after
girls.
hiding. I am starving.
Oh, finally got a fucking group. Yippee-ki-yay, little bitches.
Don't you wiggle free.
Get your ass back here. I forgot what your name is. I thought I added you on here. Oh wait, your shit is just Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm literally searching Gizmo shit. I'm like, what the hell? Of course, Gremlins comes up. You got a new subscriber. Congrats. You're welcome. That picture's trash, by the way.
Yeah, what?
That picture's trash.
How so?
It's blurry as shit. That's how so.
Oh,
Not
I think
shit.
it's
Your
old.
picture, that photo shit you took. You know the
Train yard?
oh my god. Yeah, that shit is dash. It looked like you had the uber blurry screen and your hand was moving all at the same time.
I think it was my hand mostly.
Like you had Parkinson's. That's bad. I shouldn't have said that, but I don't care. That's weird to hear myself in the background like that. I hate it. Alright, you're getting muted because, fuck you.
Oh, you heifer.
Get chook-doot. Oh, she ain't
That was
juking
you.
for long. Oh.
Wow.
Get
Yo.
doodled. Get doodled on. Get
Oh my
doodled
god.
on. She taking a dookie on you
They
right
let
now.
the other guy die.
My nigga, and she got away? Oh my god.
Oh, she wanna go
You
back
are
here.
trash.
Come on, play with this thing, bro.
She hit you with one of your favorites. The quarterback circle double back dare.
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Fuck
yeah,
off.
this shit's making you look foolish right Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm gonna change all this shit next killer.
Oh my god. Oh, and she lagging. She is running a perfect little loop right now, yo. And you just being, there you go, about goddamn time. If you'd went for that pallet, you'd have been tight.
God damn, somebody could get her.
Oh, your perk set for him is really not good. No wonder you don't play with him.
Exactly. He's not somebody I play with. This is only for jump scares.
I want you to know, you close enough to that light that they can see your shimmer.
I don't care.
Okay.
They gonna die.
No, I'm talking about if anybody comes in that direction, they gonna see you. Because you mad close to that light.
Borrow time having ass, bitch. Come here. Don't you go nowhere, my darling. Don't you? Oh, she's an okie doker.
Oh, people leaving.
Huh?
She ain't getting away.
No,
I
she
said
is.
people leaving. Oh no, I was talking about the girl he was chasing, but she fell to the ground.
Oh. That's what I thought. I thought she okie doked me. She fell to the ground.
die, they gonna go out the door.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Wait, who threw that pallet down?
Yeah, somebody over there.
Nah, the pallet I was talking about was the one that was right next to y'all. When she originally went down, that pallet wasn't down.
No, no, somebody was over there.
Yeah, so they went to the closest door.
Oh, they took the hatch anyway. You still
Oh,
waiting on the game?
no, I stopped.
Oh.
My patience is very thin. That was Luster.
I said that.
Oh, I didn't listen. That's funny.
Ooh, you wanna see a no one escapes death match?
No, I don't.
Gonna see it.
Because I don't want to have my... Oh, of course it's with this piece of shit.
Yeah, rat.
That character should be barred from the fucking game.
No.
He's a piece of shit. An unfair monster that never should have been put in that shit to begin with.
Oh, I'm an asshole.
Oh, that's not news. But digga chicka boosh. Do chicka boosh. Do chicka boosh. Boosh boosh.
Yes, you are a booty
Doosh
hole.
doosh.
What's this say? Yeah, you are a booty hole. And it's weird hearing this lady in my ear repeat that message.
Oh, you have it reading messages? That's discreet.
It doing it on its own. I ain't have it do nothing.
Can't stop it?
I don't know. I just got these today.
Nigga, read the instructions. What are you, a
Who
girl?
reads
What is
instructions?
wrong with you? Normal people.
Like, you
Normal
plug and
people.
play.
No, nigga, no. Fuck is you talking about? Only women don't read instructions.
That is not
And that's
true.
the God honest truth.
That's only when you don't know something about something. I just stumbled
Nigga.
upon this. Shush. Before you go in on me, I just
literally talking about yourself.
no, because it just happened as he's doing this, sending messages. See, even Luster said, "Who the hell reads instructions?" Thank you.
Lester, you're a fucking teacher who instructs kids on how to play instruments. The fuck do you mean? Kind of shit is that?
Oh my god.
Listen to him, he's ass backwards, apparently.
I am the biggest hypocrite in life.
Let me close the door because I'm laughing too loud. He said I'm the biggest hypocrite in life.
You damn right. You goddamn right.
Oh my goodness.
He literally prints out sheet music for fucking kids to follow. Like, I don't understand how you gonna say you don't read instructions.
Bamboozle me. Who the hell?
how I get right.
Oh, you just now saw it?
That you went into the closet?
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I don't
kids
know what
suck
type
at
of delay you
actually
want.
reading the music. Maybe this is why.
Yeah, because nobody reads instructions. That's exactly why they suck. Nobody reads instructions. Now you know. And instead of helping them heal and mold their wounds and mistakes as non-instruction readers, you just perpetrate the madness. Congratulations, you are now part of the problem. Oh, that's the worst place for that to be for you. That window is an awful placement. Oh, she's bald.
Excuse me. Are you still teaching kids to judge
Wow,
me?
and she wasted a pallet. How fucking rude. By the way, put pressure on her. She's shit.
Hmm?
I said put pressure on her. She's shit. Because she didn't
Oh,
even
she threw the
bother to
pallet?
look back at the yeah, she
That
didn't
I
bother
broke
to
off
look
of.
back. Yeah, she's shit. Yes, I'm still teaching kids to judge you. God damn it.
You
One
still a bitch.
instructor to another. You can't instruct without instructions, bitch.
Oh, excuse me.
You still a bitch though.
Oh my gosh. Gotcha. Surprise.
Off the top rope. Or not.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Nikes. How did you miss? Jordans. Spree wells. Somebody. Damn, they got the extra power. I know they type like, no, he didn't have his thing anymore. Yes, I did.
Oh shit, it's right over here. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he left. Uh-huh. They don't want to help him. They're just gonna leave him. Pussies.
They all out of there. They are out of there.
You still on?
Huh?
I said, are you still on?
I am.
So for real, how you guys been?
Me personally, I've been dealing with moving, and I'm freaking tired, and I have to go back to work tomorrow or today.
Isha. Me, I'm just chilling. I just been working. Other than that, I'm good.
Excuse me.
I was just telling Ro, I ordered sheets, right, for my, because I got a new mattress. So ordered the sheets. Ordered some for my grandmother for her for Christmas, right? Cool, it's whatever. I ordered two for myself, one for her. So I'm pulling out my sheets from this box. And I'm like, huh. This box feels kind of heavy. Why does this box feel so heavy? Like, maybe it's just the thing that they have the sheets in. Because her sheets are different type of sheets from mine. I'm like, okay, cool. So I pull out my second set of sheets, and I'm like, alright. I reach in to pull out this third set. Why do I feel a whole box? I pull out the box. There's a fucking iron in the box. Why is there a fucking iron when I ordered a pair of sheets? So I'm looking at all the labels, and on this giant fucking iron, on the label that has my name, it says blue flannel sheets. On the box that holds an iron, Kyle. Why? Does that make, does that, like, make sense? So you're telling me someone packaged up my shit, looked at that iron and said, these look like sheets, stamp? Like, what the fuck?
You done fucked up, Aaron.
Who dropped the ball? I wanna know. Who the fuck dropped the ball in their warehouse? Who was tired that day? Who spent a little too much time fucking watching Netflix the night before? Or whatever the fuck it was, or was pulling a double shift? Like, I don't know who it was, but that shit pissed me off. Because now I gotta go all the way down to JCPenney. Wait online because it's a fucking weekend. To get this shit handled. Because their fucking customer care is dog shit online. And they don't have a place where you can, report fucked up orders. They just have returns. And this is not a return. Oh boy. I hate stupidity.
Good luck with that. driving. Oh no. I am trapped. Psych.
Oh shit. Oh boy. How did she miss? Excuse me, in what world?
What?
How did she miss you?
I don't know.
That was bad on your part. Oh
I didn't
my
ask.
lord. This hat is trash bags. Like Glad trash bags. Go.
Oh, that was a bullshit swing. Yo. I shook her from that little
Whoa.
turnaround.
Yeah, that swing was awful. Like you was in a completely different direction.
Bless you.
Oh, you see your boys get blown out yesterday?
Ooh,
The Rockets.
Rockets. What the fuck about that?
Rockets got blown out by the Jazz, who didn't even have Rudy Gobert, because the motherfucker got ejected at 3 minutes into the game. They called a foul on him 1 second into the game.
Ooh.
Rudy Gobert. He jumped for the tip ball. They called the foul. It was 1 second into the game. Everybody in the crowd, everybody on the floor was looking around like, what just happened? And then they called another foul on him 2 minutes later. When he was coming off the court, he had a fit, and they ejected him from the game. Now, apparently, the backstory is he had been criticizing the refs.
Mm-hmm.
So people are saying that little 1 second call was a big old middle finger to him, which is just unfair. Because if it had worked in the Rockets' favor, that would have been a whole thing for that game. You pretty much could have cost them that whole game. But because the Rockets are shit, it didn't even matter. They still got blown out. You know how I know I'm a sadist? I want to pump cold water into my air conditioner. Just because I feel my air is not cold enough.
I shake her again. Oh, I did not see that. And she didn't see me run right past her.
Yeah, whoever that hag is trash water. Straight from the bayou.
Yeah, I easily shook her twice now.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, wait a second. Hold up, wait a minute. Who's the third person watching right now? Is it you? Is it Ro? Better be Ro. You better be supporting, bitch. I know you can hear me.
Or you just talking to the person who isn't Ro.
Huh?
I said, or you just talking to the person who isn't Ro.
Nah, it's Ro.
Nah, I think if it was, he would have been saying, oh, it's me.
Probably. So who is it?
No,
It's just a message in the chat. Huh?
Said it's a message in the chat.
Yeah. Participate. I'm trying to get you chat participation. Jesus, act like a streamer. Good God.
I mean, act like what I'm not.
I mean, well, you could at least try. Jeez. Do I look like a caring and sweet person? No, but sometimes I try. It's all about how much you give, man.
My PlayStation also has your stream up, I think. I am on my phone.
Oh, crap.
Why is he not picking the other guy up?
Oh, I'm looking for you.
About to say. Knowledge.
I'm coming for your sweet cakes.
Delayed reaction.
What in the hell?
I don't know.
Did she not see you? Like, what is
She
happening?
didn't see me.
Oh, she farming. They gotta be farming for points. Either that or they are the worst.
Alright, so don't heal yourself.
Lester said it's pretty much him. Since he loves you so much, he's watching you on 2 platforms.
Appreciate it. Maybe then stop getting knocked down, please. Come on, you bastard. You dirty, dirty bastard. Yo! Seriously with these swings. Not fair.
Damn, I'm looking at her frame for that attack, man. This shit is so bad. Like her hitbox is so wide. Even though she has such a small, like skinny arm, they made her hitbox really wide for that hit to have hit you. First time on the hook?
Yeah.
You be tough.
Can I join next
If you
game?
stop bullshit, you just jump
Yeah.
off.
You said jump off?
Well, not now, because I'm delayed.
She knows
So.
it.
He said, can he join next game?
Yeah, I said yeah. Damn it. Go away. Leave me alone. Should I do it?
You got adrenaline. You can always wait until they get the shits over.
Yeah.
Since she's sitting
But
by you.
I thought adrenaline didn't really kick in though.
Yes, it does.
No, it didn't.
Oh wait,
because
no, it doesn't.
if somebody pulled me, well, oh yeah, I got dead hard. That's why.
No, it's not because you got that hard. It's because you came off the hook.
That's what I'm saying.
You come off the
Normally when I
hook
come
hurt.
off, shit, I fucked up. Or not.
Oh shit.
Diversion. Bet you this door ain't even open. She helps them. Oh no, no. Get out!
You sorta have.
Oh,
to.
shit!
You must do something. You tight.
Oh, this shit turned me around.
Well, you knew what a hatch was.
I ain't pay attention where that shit was.
You ain't see that shit? It was in that cornfield.
No, I saw it.
Literally ran over it.
Yeah, I know that.
Give me 1 minute. Going to the bathroom first.
Gotcha. Okay, man.
No. It's gonna take too long to get a game. I don't know what rank Luster is, but
Probably one.
Hello, boys.
yo. I would ask Kyle if he knew what time it is, but he's a
141.
sociopath, so.
Oh, that was referring to me having to go to work
Yeah,
and me not really
and
caring.
getting sleep.
Listen, tomorrow or today I'm going to work just for an appearance. I'm not doing much.
You mean an 8-hour appearance? Because that's not an
Yeah,
appearance.
yeah.
It's called a
I'm doing
shift.
that you get paid for 8 hours, but I'll probably do one or two things during those 8 hours.
I would love to see how you gonna stretch that the fuck out.
Easy. Go slow.
How the fuck you gonna do 2 tasks over 8 hours going slow? You gonna look
Trust me.
like the slowest motherfucker on the planet.
Listen,
I'd
I've
be
done it
looking at you
before.
like, yo, take your ass home. Get out of my space.
And I'll be
With your
like, gladly.
bullshit.
But they're not gonna do that. Saturdays are slow sometimes, but I know how to just do one or two things for that whole time. It's one thing I know nobody done since I've been to work since Monday is
Brownies.
make brownies and cut brownies. There you two things right there I could do.
Damn, I could go for some brownies. You you too far out of my way.
What, to go to LaGuardia to get some brownies?
Hell yeah, nigga. What's that look like? There's greed,
I mean,
and then there's
well,
that.
oh, never mind. I was gonna say
What?
I do have to come to Harlem to go home, but
Not that far.
yeah, I'm on the east side now.
So yeah, how do you get home now?
6 train.
Ooh, ew.
So I'll probably be getting home a lot faster than I would
Ew.
taking the two.
Yeah, how's your
Because
new
the
apartment, man?
two's ass.
Pretty good. It's just putting everything where it goes and just yeah, basically doing that.
Is it a better neighborhood and everything?
Uh, so far, I mean, the other place wasn't a bad neighborhood. It's just that the kid that
The
lived
bad
in the
neighbor.
building. Yeah.
Yeah, the bad
Uh,
neighbor.
Here it just seems like uh old people and kids live in this building.
That's not a bad thing, though. Usually safer.
Pretty much. Until them shenanigan grandkids come along.
Yeah, but
Oh, that noise. Oh, boy.
We
we're
seem
just
to
play
be
Fortnite all day. That's all they do.
Fortnite, Fortnite.
seem to be closer to more things than over there at the old place.
Oh,
My room is
shit.
bigger, so I have more space for activities.
I'm gonna need you to stop saying that like that.
It sounds like fucking Step Brothers.
I know. So much space for activities.
So do all three of you have your own room, or does Ro and Shanice have their own room?
No, everybody got their own.
That's cool.
I can't even watch the stream.
Why?
It's like doing this weird buffering thing. At least for me it is. I don't know why, but that's what it's doing.
Yep.
Please thank you. You're not my real mom. Are you guys in a game?
Nope.
We're waiting on another player in this lobby.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck? Who the fuck? They're coming out with Crash Bandicoot Racing again.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I sort of get that. It's a market. I suppose.
You ever notice we're in the age of reboots and remasters?
Yeah. In every way, shape, or form.
Bless you.
Thank you. And our movies, our TV shows, our everything. Our video games. Goddamn books. I never thought there'd be another Mary Poppins movie. Like, are you goddamn serious? You gotta be kidding me. Y'all still ain't start a game?
Nah, I get this kicked out because
Disconnected.
of the thing. Yeah.
Yo, my controller is really walling out right now. It's almost January. Like, really think about that. For some lovely couples, it's almost time to start hunting down your Valentine's Day gifts. For some awesome gamers, it's almost time for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's time to be alive, boys and girls. When does that 2044 game come out?
What game is that?
The Cyberpunk shit.
Oh, I have no idea.
Hold on, let me check. Seriously? Cyberpunk. Oh, did you see the trailer for Far Cry?
Yes.
You a Far Cry fan, so I'm expecting you to get that.
Nah, I gotta finish like 3 other Far Cries before I get another Far Cry.
Right. Didn't
Yeah.
you just buy Far Cry 5?
Yes. I started it, and that's as far as I got.
Jeez.
I didn't
Why
even
would you
start
do that when
Primal.
you had 2? Yeah, you had 2 you
And
hadn't
4.
even beaten yet.
Yeah, because 4, I kept waiting on Danny because he wanted to play it, but that never happened.
Never wait for Danny when it comes to a video game. You learned your lesson.
I
You learned your
swear.
lesson. You learned your lesson. Trust me, I learned that lesson a long time ago. Never do that. It's a huge mistake. That motherfucker is so... He can't be trusted to follow through on anything. I learned that shit the hard way. Back when we was playing Armored Core, Danny's like, yeah, we gonna do this as a unit. No, we not, motherfucker. No, we not, because you're never on, you piece of shit. What's this quiet?
My bad. I was listening, I just wasn't saying.
And I fucked up
I
my
don't know if I
audio,
like
so
this map.
everything sounds low.
Can you hear me okay?
Speak for a second, Kyle.
Yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
And one last
Can
time.
you hear me? Can you
One
hear
last
me?
time.
I'm not hearing shit.
That's not good.
The shit was that? Yo, what the hell? There it
God
is.
damn. The heartbeat is broken right now.
The hell? I just went through some bullshit. Not goddamn headset.
I had a generator near, not the basement, but the killer shack. It's about 3/4 done.
Okay. So wait, he has a bell that you could hear it over the whole map or something?
To what?
Like you can hear the bell over the map.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Is he, well, do you know if he's camping? Nope, he is not. Yeah, that all sound or some shit?
You did not turn it back. Oh, someone else. Is that you?
Yeah.
What in the shit is going on with you, man? Alright, just kill one fucking shit. Are you gentlemen really concentrating that hard right now?
A little bit.
Cause y'all are silent as shit. I'm like, I don't hear no teamwork or nothing. What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
come on. Because I had no ed last game.
Yep. You brought this on yourself.
Damn it, and why I
I'm
had
right
to
next to
leave?
the other door.
I was gonna leave, but now I can't.
Chica, you brought this on yourself.
Oh shit.
I knew he had no ed
Oh
because
shit.
he wasn't playing super well.
No, leave me alone. Fuck you, piece of shit. Oh, I had to leave.
Yeah.
You left Buster behind.
He
Yeah,
had to.
got chased out.
Cold-blooded.
Fucking A. God damn it. I'm dead.
The way Lester said, "God damn it," he sounded like he's about to report somebody to their manager.
My name's not Aaron.
It was the right amount of anger, but not too much anger, just really frustration. The way he drug out the damn it is hilarious. God damn it. Perfect. Karen, I told you I did not want carrots with my salad. Take it back.
Fucking idiot.
Oh man.
So here's some fun information. So my sixth graders signed up for a band, like they had their elective choice selection the last couple days. So there's 5 different electives at my school. We have myself, orchestra, a computer applications class, which is essentially, if I'm being honest, they just play on the fucking computers. A class called Avid, which is like a college readiness type class. It's supposed to focus on your future. And then Spanish. So that's all their choices, right? So we have 212 sixth graders. I had 105 sign up for me.
Yikes.
So I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. But I don't have that
Yeah, I
many
was supposed to say.
instruments.
I was supposed to say there's
Um,
butt coming somewhere.
Yeah, there is. So, ooh, hey babe, are you okay? Sorry, babe. Our cats are have been fighting the last couple of days, so we're trying to keep them apart. But I guess one of our cats is keeping my girlfriend up. But
Oh, cats suck.
yeah, they've never been like this, so I don't know why it's happening.
Oh shit.
But anyways, yeah,
Okay.
I had a lot of kids sign up, which is super cool. But it was funny because 2 of the elected teachers, they well, really 3 didn't. They had one had 6, one had 9, and one had 19.
Mm.
I think the other one was like can't remember. The Spanish teacher had 65. But
Jeez, they shouldn't
yeah.
let you have that many kids though. Like,
Well, that's just what they signed up for.
okay.
I get to choose from that. So
Right,
what I
okay.
ended up doing was I took the list of 102 or 105 or so that signed up for me. I can't remember how many it was, but I narrowed it down to 65. But that's split between 2 classes, so
Mm.
it's still above normal, which is still kind of normal for band. Normally in a band class, like it's pretty average to have more than a normal class size because your room's bigger.
Mhm.
Although you're technically, if you really went with what was supposed to happen, you're only supposed to have like 20 or 22 kids per classroom.
Yeah,
But
that's what bands should be around.
but that's not how band works because if you only had 20 or 22 kids, your band would be really, really small.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I guess if you guys are gonna perform type stuff,
yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to have numbers.
yeah.
So it doesn't really work out. Um, so I ended up narrowing it down to 65, and one of the periods will end up being slightly bigger than another, so I'm expecting it to be like probably like 40 and 25.
Mm.
Um, but one person with 46 graders is
A
eventful
lot.
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But what I did
That's
though is I chose every single kid. I literally went through all of their grades. I went through their behavior. They have like a tracker thing on a website that teachers can put in if the
mm.
kid misbehaves or whatever.
Oof.
Like
That'd have been
so,
rough for me in school. Oof.
yeah. So like if you get in trouble and the teacher is like having some serious issues with you, they can.
Yeah.
Literally-
Yeah. Oh,
Oh fuck!
sorry. I thought you read out.
No, I went out the back door though. It's all good.
He went out the poop chute. She's got one in the stinker. Okay, you're gonna have to be plugged in right here, because I'm not plugging you in anywhere else. Either that or you won't be charged. And honestly, I can live with that. I miss band. I wish I would have been more attentive. Well, no, I wish I would have had my level of attention to shit.
Oh, like what you have now?
Yeah, like,
Compared to then.
I mean, you gotta, like, unless you come across really, really good band teachers, like, or music teachers, rather, let's say that, not band, because it was music. My band teacher, when I was in the samba band, was actually pretty cool. But, like, music teachers aren't always the greatest, and the music teacher that I had when I was in high school fucking sucked until like I was getting ready to graduate, and then the person that came in was kind of cool. So like then I ended up joining the samba band because he was cool. But like the teacher I had before that, when I was trying to learn keyboards and shit, like they were fucking boring, and I didn't want to be in that goddamn class, even though I learned a lot of shit in that class, like a lot of stuff about Beethoven and Bach and Mozart, and watched their movies, and their movies are entertaining. I did learn how to read music a little bit. Couldn't do it right now if you fucking paid me, but at least learned. And like I did enjoy certain stuff, and I did get to push my musical bounds a little bit, because I'd always kind of liked piano based stuff, but like then I really got big into violins and all that different type of stuff. But
Right.
I don't know. If I was in that position now, I probably would have actually picked up how to play. Only
I
thing
feel
I've
like a
ever
lot
learned
of
how to.
people, if they were to go through school again, they'd probably do a little bit better job now that they're older.
I didn't say all that now.
I think so. I know that if I went through school again, I would do a lot better than what I did when I was in school.
Listen, man. As a person who just got out of college like
Oh, I did
3
just, I
years
did,
ago,
uh-huh.
I do not want to be in any fucking situation where I have to sit in a school for 8 hours ever again. Not ever. And if you told me now to do that, I would lose my shit. I would lose my shit. I would. I know I would. Now, if you set me into classes here or there, cool. But I am so done with the prospect of school because I fundamentally feel it is done incorrectly. That's just how I
Yeah,
fundamentally
no,
feel. There's
I
so many things
100%
about it that are
agree.
wrong. Yeah, like it's just, and when I start talking about it, it pisses me off because I'm just like, okay, you want these kids, right? You want these kids who are through various ages, including the ones who are burgeoning towards the moment where their penises and vaginas are on at most fire, right? When they are just all hormones and fucking emotions. You want them to sit down for 8 hours while you tell them shit, right? You give them work in school, then you send them home and give them 8 hours worth of homework outside of school. Eat a dick. Nothing about that sounds right. Everything about that sounds fucking stupid. There's a reason why kids aren't paying enough attention. There's a reason why kids aren't engaged because you're making them do too much. It's
Tell me how you really feel.
stupid. It's just stupid. Stupid. I hate the system so much. It's the dumbest shit in the world. And don't even get me started on how much it mirrors prison. Oh God, don't even get me started on that.
And just like a factory system. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
it's just bad. It's bad. Everything about it is bad.
I will say they're trying. I don't know if it's really trying. I will say education is changing a lot because it's still kind of factory, but a little bit less because the way that they're teaching the material is different than I think when we were in school.
Yeah,
With so much technology now and different resources, it, the U.S. has not figured out how to teach other than a factory system because that's how it's
nope.
always been.
Yep.
So they're trying to do other things, just some of it's failing.
It's gonna
And
t-
it's still
it's gonna
revolved
take
around testing.
yeah, it's gonna take getting all of the old people who are around the fuck up out of there. Like everybody who's still left in the system, who's still left in like positions of power, you got to get them all the fuck up out of there. That's the only way it's ever gonna change because uh, on a fundamental level, people from my generation and past knows the shit don't work. Like the
Right.
generation before us kind of felt it didn't work. They were the ones who broke free and said, "Yeah, fuck that college shit." Um, but as it continues on, there's more and more people like, "Yeah, this shit just does not work." It's not my kid is dumb. It's not this kid is dumb or they're slow. It's just the way you're teaching does not work for this person, and you're trying to fit them in to your cannon spray of a way of teaching, and it just doesn't work. It took me leaving school, like graduating high school, going into college to realize, oh, I don't hate school. I just hate the way they teach this shit. Oh, really? I was like, huh? Like, it took me paying for my lessons to figure that out. It's like that.
Yeah.
And that's when you really understand teachers suck. Because there's a lot of them that once you get to college, and they're getting paid regardless. Oh my God, they really don't
Right.
give a shit. Good Lord. So I don't know. It's sad when you can sit a person down on YouTube and teach them how to do shit, and there's schools where kids are getting left behind. I find that just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Ro talks about YouTube University all the time, and that's coming from a person who I knew him in high school. He did not enjoy school at all. Like he just didn't. He wasn't engaged. But that's a person who, when he wants to learn something, he'll learn it.
Yeah.
He will go out. He will fucking learn it. And that's a prime example. It's just like school is not for him. It just wasn't for him. It was never gonna work.
Hmm.
It worked for me barely until I just got sick of the system, and I was just like, nope, 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 nope. It became less about the goal of, no, it became less about dealing with the system and more about this is what I set out and I was going to do, so I have to do it. Like it became a battle of will as opposed to I want to learn. You weren't gonna
Well,
beat me.
I feel like the school system makes you learn a lot of useless information and don't
Yep.
actually really prepare you for life. Whether that's to go on to college or not, or doesn't matter, but like they just don't prepare you correctly.
9
So,
out of 10 of the shit you learn in high school, you don't fucking remember. You just don't.
correct. I don't remember half of the algebra class I took.
Nope.
But I mean, it's whatever. It's I don't know. I just don't feel like a lot of the stuff is useful. I can see the point of learning algebra if that's something that you're going to use for the job that you go for, but most
Exactly.
people will not. Um,
What's an algebra?
Huh?
Nothing.
there's I don't fucking
I learned math B for God's sakes. I will never use cosine, sine, and tangent outside of a fucking calculator ever again. Not ever. I've never seen it anywhere. Like nobody came up to me with a gun to my mother's head and said, "Tell me what's 30 cosine." Nobody. Not ever. Like, so my life's never gonna be on the line where I'm gonna have to tell you the acute triangle angle. Like, the fuck? Who cares? Nobody gives a shit. If I'm not doing physics, I don't give a shit. So, like, why did I have to learn that for 4 years? Do you want to know what I took out of high school? I'll be perfectly honest. My history classes, one of them, my science class, which I still to this day recite shit from my earth science class from when I was in 8th goddamn grade when I want to know if it's gonna rain or not. All I do is look at the temperature, look at the dew point temperature, measure the difference between them, and I know if it's actually gonna rain that day. Fuck your 62% chance bullshit weatherman. I know that that difference is far enough apart that it's actually only got a 10% chance of raining. Suck it. Other than that, in my English classes where I picked up like Greek mythology, which I fucking love to this day, and Norse mythology, other than that, and my economics teacher who was like, he taught like a professor. Like, he was very blunt. He was very like in your face, learn this shit because it matters type of thing. Yeah, he was very much, he was world economics, so he taught, like, he talked about taxes and stuff, even though like he wasn't really supposed to, he did. And like
Yeah.
he was all about stop thinking the way a person tells you to think, but think for your goddamn self. Like, he was very big on that, and even though he was abrasive, I enjoyed him a lot. He was one of my favorite teachers in high school. But other than that, like, my math stuff didn't take it away. None of my languages I took away because they weren't the language that I wanted to take. Because the school system is broken, especially when you live in a minority area, and fucking Spanish kids take the Spanish classes, which means
Oh my god,
nobody
that's
else can ever
literally
take
my
Spanish
school too.
classes. Fucking
That's
hate
oh
it.
my god. Okay, so there was, there was a few kids that whenever I was kind of doing some sort of recruiting, I was talking to kids that were in my sixth grade classes because they have to do this wheel where they go around and do all the different electives before they choose. So the
Hmm.
ones that were in my wheel class, they're already done rotating around to the different electives, so they're back to me and they're just waiting for January to come around to be put into their elective class. So they're just hanging out in my class or whatever, and I'm pulling up kids that I thought were pretty good for me when I had them in my rotation. I'm like, hey, what elective are you doing? And like a couple of them had told me that they were gonna do Spanish, and I was like, don't you speak Spanish? They're like, yeah.
But
I'm
it's
like, are you
easy
fucking
grade.
kidding me?
Yep.
I was like,
Easy grade.
you're gonna take the easy grade instead of like learn something new.
Yep.
They're like, yeah. I was like, you also realize that you have to take a foreign language in high school, right? They're
Yep.
like, oh, well, the thing is, a lot of them don't know that. They're sixth graders. They don't fucking know anything. It's like, yeah, you actually have to take 2 years of a foreign language in high school. Like a lot of colleges actually require that you have taken
Yes,
that.
they do. That was the
And
thing that kind of started when I was in school, because we had to take that to get out of my school, which
yeah,
sucked
I think
ass.
for me in high school, they you could get around it if you weren't going to college, but they pretty much forced everyone to take 2 years, so I took French. But why I took French was because we had Spanish and French at our school. And I took French because the French teacher was sort of the assistant band director, but unofficially. Like, she just came and helped out because her daughter was in the band. So a lot of times I would be able to just go to class, whatever. I'd fall asleep almost every day, or I'd ask for a pass to go to the band room instead of being in class, just because I could go practice, and she'd let me go. And what was really nice is she was like more of a mom kind of person, because I mean, she had kids, and like the students looked at her as like mom.
Okay.
She was a really awesome teacher, but like, I took advantage of it, really, because I was like, I don't fucking want to be here. I mean, I don't care about Spanish. I love you, but I don't really care about Spanish. Can I just go to the band room instead? And I would legitimately go practice. Like, I'd go do something else productive, but I just would never be in that class. So I just somehow skated by. I learned a little bit. I learned probably more in French 1 than French 2.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I didn't learn anything in French 2. I pretty much just somehow cheated on a lot of the tests and got through.
Yeah. I'd given up on French 2. I pretty much, like, French 1, I learned pretty well, and then by French 2, like, I just didn't care. My teacher was kind of attractive. I really didn't care.
So you're just
And then
watching.
and then I had girls in the class who were attractive, and then they were flirting back, and I triple didn't care. I was like, oh, this is a wrap for this class. I could not care less. And it was, I
Yeah.
think I was doing that in like my junior year, when I was really starting to figure out I can get away with a lot of shit if I just try. And like, if I take my brain and instead of putting it towards class, put it towards getting around class, I'm gonna be all right. And that's exactly what I did.
My senior year, though, I hardly took, like, I took the classes that I had to take. There was only like, I had band, I had chorus, because I took chorus my senior year just because I had the availability to do it. I had a music appreciation class that I didn't really take. It was from the chorus teacher, and it was mostly like the whole, like, learn about Bach and Beethoven and Sibelius and a bunch of these other composers, and you're not really playing anything, you're just learning about them. But I initially had signed up for physics because having a fourth science on your transcripts was supposed to look good. Well, I wasn't doing super great in it, and I realized that I didn't really need it, so I dropped it after a certain point and took this music appreciation class. And by doing that, my course teacher was like, "You don't need to be learning about this shit. Like, I know you're gonna be a music teacher, but it doesn't. Like, no, this is not the class for you." So she just made me her teacher, like, assistant.
Nice.
So basically, what that meant was that first period every day, I just didn't come. Like, I'd just show up to second period. Like, I'd be late every day. Or if I did get there at some point during that period, she may ask me to, like, go print something, or, like, I don't know, whatever bullshit stuff she wanted me to do, or set up the stage for the upcoming concert, or, you know, like, easy stuff. So it was never like, she just gave me the grade. And then I had French, I had English 4, I had a math class. I think it was called Analysis of Functions, which was like a mashup of, like, algebra and geometry.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
And I think I had 2 history. It was like a semester each of a history class. I think it was government, it was one semester, and economics was the other. And it's surprising that I fucking remember my schedule. I don't remember the periods of everything, but I remember generally what I took, and that was 10 years ago. But it was really easy because a lot of those classes were really easy. Because French, I never actually went to it. I had music, English, and math in these history classes. And one of the history classes was taught by, she used to be my 6th grade history teacher back in the day. she had moved to my high school. So it had been so long since I had her. Like, I was excited to have her and like whatever else. But like, we had that connection. She could care less if I did the work. She was just happy that I was in her class because it was kind of cool. Like for real. She was like, "Oh my god, like
Yeah.
So I just kind of played up that, and I was like, "Man, remember that day back in 6th grade when we did, I could just bullshit it." So I played the system definitely my senior year. But if I were like to go back though, like if I were to go back through school, I would have tried a lot harder because I know that I'm a smart person that's just really lazy.
Yep.
So if I would have pushed myself and actually did the work that I was supposed to do, I would have done very, very well. That's a lot. Obviously, that's the situation for a lot of people. They're not dumb people. They're just lazy. They don't want to do the work, and it's not relevant to them, or whatever the situation is.
Yeah. The worst thing that happened to me in high school was that when I figured out the bare minimum, like because I was lazy. I was very smart and stuff was like boring because I felt like it wasn't engaging enough because I was like, I don't see the point in me doing this. Like I'm not gonna have anything to do with this. I don't see the point. And once a person like me doesn't see the point, it's hard to get me to do stuff.
Right?
And
Because then
then
it's
yeah,
not
then when
relevant.
I figured out the bare minimum, I was like, oh man, I should have. Like I felt when it happened, I was like, this is bad. Like oh, I could only do this. Like it's that moment where if you could pop out of your body for a second, you'd be like, and this is the moment where everything went off the rails. Like it's kind of like that. Like that was the moment for me. And if I
Hmm.
could go back, one, I would make sure my black ass got in the Japanese class because that's what I wanted more than anything else. And when I was in school, like I remember talking about it when it was time for us to pick. I wanted to get into Japanese, but we had a high Asian count in our school by the time I got into high school. And my secondary choice was Spanish, and that was fucking full of all the shitty little Spanish kids who already knew Spanish, already spoke it and read it, and were just being little dick shits so they can get an easy fucking grade from the teacher. And I got stuck with French, and I was like, okay, I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn this. Like, it's the language of love, no problem. And my girlfriend at the time was Haitian, so she spoke it. She was helping me learn, and then I just got tired of it, mainly because we probably broke up, I think. But by the time like I was in my second year, I didn't care, but I didn't care about school on top of that, which made it worse. Like if I at least cared about school, Kyle, what are you doing?
I'm moving around.
I was falling asleep
Obviously, probably
Not
because
yet,
he has
but
work
this
tomorrow.
will be my last one.
it should be your last one. You shouldn't even have the last one. You
Silence!
should have been done already.
I do what I want. Fuck work. Luckily, I'm coming in after all the days I was off.
No, nigga, you lucky you coming in. Fuck you mean? It's called a job. But
I don't
Yeah,
give a
you think
fuck what
your
it's called. I'll
job,
call out and get paid for it.
you can fuck
now if
around
I
and not
call
have a
out, I get
job to
paid
go
for
back
it.
to.
Do you also get paid for calling out?
No, I don't. He does. He can take a vacation day.
Oh.
Granted, that's some shit he would be stupid to take now.
That's why I'm
For
going to
for
work
me, I
tomorrow to
think
do two
Especially out
I
of
get
things.
up
sheer
to
laziness.
I get up to 10 days off. Like outside of like obviously school holidays and all that kind
hmm
of stuff. I get 10
I'm
days
about to
off
say,
for
you
sick
definitely
days or
should be taking a day off now. You're about to be on a massive break.
yeah, I took off this past Friday, which was really dumb because it was 100% my fault. So we had our Thanksgiving break and then we came back last Monday. So not the one that just passed, but the one before that.
hmm
So I did Monday through Thursday, and I crashed like physically. I was just really tired on Thursday because it was just a really long week getting back into the grind. And I fell asleep around, I don't know, like 7. Then I
Mm,
woke up at like 12:30 at night, and I was like, oh
yikes.
fuck. And I couldn't go back to sleep because I had slept for 5.5 hours. So
Which
I
is
ended up
just
staying up.
enough. Yep.
Well, I ended up staying up, but like by the time that I actually really needed to get up for school,
You fell asleep.
like I had laid down about an hour and a half beforehand, just because I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
take a nap before I went. And when I woke up from my alarm, I was like, oh hell no, like I can't. I was so
Can't
tired.
you can't function. You cannot
Yeah,
function.
I was all kinds of fucked up. So I just decided to take the day off and I went back to sleep because it's so tempting when you're half asleep and really tired and exhausted to
Yeah.
pull out your phone and literally go online and just call out. So that's what I did, and it was completely unnecessary, but I did because whatever. So I've taken 5 days off this semester total, which is not bad because I get 10. So I've split it in half.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty normal. Some teachers hardly ever take a day off, and I don't know how they do it because mentally and physically I couldn't do it. Um,
Shit. The other
like
day,
there's
I
teachers
wanted to
that like
toss
rack
my
up their
kids.
there's days that they like rack up their all their sick pay so that when they retire they have all this fucking like days that they can just take off and retire early. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do that. I can't,
Mm-mm.
at least not at my school because my school is a tough school to teach at. Like if I were at a totally different school that was run well and kids behaved and shit, like I wouldn't have the amount of stress that I do. But for me, having a day off just to get away from my kids and get away from the craziness every day
Mm-hmm.
is really needed for me to jump back in and feel recharged enough to do it again. And I'm by far not the only one that does this because there's other teachers that take plenty of days off too.
I
But
did that shit on Tuesday, and I only teach one class. Granted, I have to go to work. I have to go to work beforehand, which is kind of like I didn't think that was gonna be difficult, but man alive, like when you've been at work since the morning, your energy behaves weirdly. Like you get set in a period, and then you have to jolt out of that, travel,
hmm
prepare for to teach, which their energy level is never at where your energy level is. Not ever, because they're
yeah,
fresh out of school and they're like blah, 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 like all that energy that they've been sitting with all fucking day, that they only let a little bit out at lunchtime or recess or whatever. Yeah, it's full can open now, and they're all
yeah,
over the goddamn place, and you're trying to get them to wrangle in for an hour and 30 minutes of a lesson, and they're like, fuck that! We just did that for 8 hours. It did take all this energy. That shit is just, it fucks with your head. So
so
like,
what class do you teach?
okay, I teach two separate classes now. Before it used to be like five other ones, but now that I have a job during the day, I'm like I can't do all of that. So currently I teach STEM program stuff. So the two classes that I have, one is Minecraft storytelling, which is teaching storytelling through Minecraft, which is just it's pretty much just English shit. It's what you should learn in an English class anyway. You shouldn't learn just English. By the time you get in high school, or at least middle school, you learn how to tell a story, creative writing type of shit. That's what
hmm
they learn. But I'm teaching it to first through fourth graders, pretty much, how to tell a
Okay.
story. What it This class, because I had some kids from previous classes, which was most of my kids, I adjusted it and made it more about teaching them how to work together as a team to create a world, which is a part of storytelling, world creation.
hmm
But I wanted the focus to be on working together because they're little and they don't understand how important that is in the future. Learning how to work as a team.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
yeah, I try to teach my classes like college, which is weird, but it kind of works. And my other class is Kodu, which is like introductory programming, but it's more game design. Um,
Hmm.
it's a small little engine, 3D engine, where they pretty much learn how to program very basic stuff, if then type stuff, to program and make their own little games. And I teach that every week. And before that, I was also teaching Scratch, rocket science, uh, engineering, with like robots and stuff. I'm pretty much a science teacher. That's what I am.
Gotcha.
So, but it's
Yeah.
mainly focused on game related stuff because that's what I do. So, preferably Scratch. Scratch is the best. It's awesome. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I teach them every, like, depending on where I was. Sometimes it was like, teaching kindergartners to second graders how to build airplanes with like very minimal material type stuff, hands-on tech stuff. And then I was like, nah, I'm not really great with the hands-on stuff, mainly because when you get hands-on stuff, you get a lot of kindergartners, and I couldn't do it. Like, they're cute and they love you when you're really nice, but then there's sometimes where you're just like, dude, if I have to tell you again not to eat the raw spaghetti, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Like, so I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of over the physical material stuff, and then I just shifted
Right.
completely into teaching stuff with the computer, which is great until you get into a school where they're like, hey, we want you to teach programming to a first grader who doesn't know how to tie their shoes or how to turn on a computer or how to type. Have fun. Like, fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's funny that you said like you work with like the STEM kids because um, a lot of my band ends up being the STEM kids because I'm
Good.
like I get to choose which kids I want to take, and the STEM kids are always smarter kids. And with band, what I've noticed is the smarter the kid, they tend to do very very well in band just because they put effort
Mm-hmm.
into working on something. So
Plus, we also have a tendency towards musicality, believe it or not, because the brain works in a certain type of way that learning science, even though they might not have the most rhythm, it makes them prone towards some an instrument of some kind. I don't know why it works that way. It just does.
um, but yeah, so in my um, top band, which is full of 8th and 7th graders, I want to say 80% of that band is STEM kids.
That does
Um,
not surprise me.
yeah, it's a huge portion, which is 44 kids, so I want to say something like 35 or so
Mm-hmm.
are STEM. And then my intermediate group, it's only like 2 kids in that band out of 35 or so are STEM. And it's no surprise because if you're in the intermediate group, it's clear that you have not worked very hard to get
Mm-hmm.
into the top group because that's also mixed 7th and 8th graders. So you either, in your 6th grade year, you didn't work hard enough, so I put you in the intermediate group for your 7th grade year, or you're an 8th grader and I left you in the intermediate group because you sucked that bad that you could not do it in 2 years. Um, because there are schools with band programs that do it specifically by grade for middle school, and there are positives to that. But like they'll have like 6th grade band, and you start, and then 7th, you're getting. Ooh, I gotta run. Shit, love that adrenaline boost. Um, but they have that 7th grade year where it's intermediate stuff, and then you have 8th grade. But the problem is, um, if you have really, really, awesome kids that work really, really hard, they're going to be held back by the music that the band is playing at that time. So by doing it my way, at least now they are always being challenged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be down. Fuck. Um, but they'll always be challenged. And what's nice about it is the kids that want to work really hard in 6th grade and get really good, I can get them moved up to the top band by their 7th grade year, and then they'll always feel challenged. And then the kids that don't want to work really hard, well, then they're also going to just kind of sit there and just don't really learn a lot. It's just what it is. Like I'm not gonna stress myself out trying to push a kid that doesn't want to be pushed.
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of what I've noticed. But there are programs and philosophies that are like, well, if you take all the good kids out of your class and you have all the bad kids in one class, then you're not going to get anything done. If you have some of the good kids in that class, that can help propel your class to get better. I can see the point, but it's still, I don't know. These guys are really going to camp me. Come on now. But I don't got time for that because my top group does get judged and they get a rating, and that's a reflection on the teaching that's going on in my classroom. And I'm not going to put in kids that can't play well in that band.
Wow, he is face camping.
Yes, he is.
Ooh. Bitch. Haha. Is he gonna get out?
Yeah. I'm at the door now. Oh, I tried.
Oh, damn.
I'm at the door.
Okay.
I was trying to heal the other person because I thought they would heal me, but they didn't. Now they're healing me.
Yeah, he's making his way towards you. Well, he's probably towards you by now. The delay.
Why do you mess with me like that? Are they really fucking with me right now? Thank you. Alright, we all got out.
Water ski. That's what he gets for face camping. If he wasn't so intensely face camping, he probably wouldn't have got embarrassed at like that.
Oh, he was a rank 20 killer. Why the fuck were we playing him?
That's
He had a
bad
rank 8,
matchmaking.
13, 11, and 17. And then a rank 20 killer.
It's like this game has bad matchmaking or something.
Oh, it's crazy how that works.
What are you accusing it of? That's right, we're shitting on you Dead by Daylight. You suck.
Alright, Gizzy, I'll let you go. I know you had to go to sleep and shit.
I don't have to. I choose to.
You nigga go to bed.
Yeah, you gotta work, man. I'm not gonna keep you up.
Like I said before, fuck work.
No,
Get lucky
you
I'm
sitting there,
going.
you sound like you're about to pass out, man.
Nope,
Shut up.
that was me moving.
That couldn't have been you moving. I didn't hear the dust shattering off your bones.
Shut up.
Couldn't
That
be you
old joke.
moving.
Shit.
Ain't my fault that you old as shit.
Whatever.
I'm trying to. What should I watch on Netflix?
I gotta unplug this damn wire. No, I said wire.